we're in a race.
Yeah.
In this factory, this is where the real race happens.
Well, I get greeted by the boss. That's
Hello.
quite a treat.
How are you?
I always think it's interesting when Formula One teams put these cars right in the entrance, because I think every single day for you and everyone else, it's a reminder of what this is about, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, this is what we're here for.
So when you see it, do you feel excited or do you feel daunted?
Excited. I've always been excited about racing cars. The simplicity of, a rule set and a racing driver, and how can you do the fastest single lap in qualifying, and how do you do 310 kilometres in a race quicker than anybody else? It's a machine. How can we create a machine that makes it easy for the driver to do a quick lap?
You have arrived at such an exciting place, because if I sort of stand near you and look at that, I'm like, that is super impressive. One of the most beautiful looking entrances to a Formula One team building I've ever seen. But then I look over there and I see the trophy cabinet, which needs more trophies in it. You're at the perfect intersection of all the opportunity and the fact that this team isn't a 15-time championship winning team.
Not yet.
I like that. So what's the journey then to take it from where it is today to where you want it to be?
It's looking at the way we approach the engineering of the race car. It's taking the regulations and it's working out how we're going to create a racing machine that's better than anybody else. And it's having the ambition to have the problem of not having enough space in the trophy cabinet.
You've been very much on the engineering side, and that's so important here at this team. But now suddenly when you're the team boss, you've got to marry up engineering with human beings, human performance. How has that been?
Throughout the time that I've been leading engineers, that's the key to leading a good team. It's understanding the human being that is the engineer. And now it's working with a wider group of people and the drivers. But it all comes down to car performance. I haven't come across a single person or department in this team that isn't, directly linked to car performance. Right. Every single driver wants to be P1 on the timesheet. Pole, race win. The challenge I want is, which driver's going to win. And then every single department is delivering, whether it's commercial, getting sponsors, whether it's engineers designing wishbones or whatever it is. Every single person, that's the target.
How many people are working here?
About 1,000. It's a lot, isn't it?
People, man.
It's a lot of people.
You've got the best part of 1,000 people across these buildings, but only 2 people get to drive your car. What is the secret to getting the best from the Formula One drivers?
I think it's listening to them. They're in the car. They're feeling what the car's doing. And you have to believe what they say. And then make sure that our sensors, the data that we've got, marries up with what the drivers are seeing. And then you work on the bits that are going to make the car quicker, which might not necessarily be exactly what the driver's, thinking about the most. Because at the end of the day, it's all about what the stopwatch says. So it's listening to them, reacting to it, feeding back to them, but then work on the things that make the car quicker. With Fernando, when he got out of the car at the start of the year, his instant feedback, the way he was picking up on certain things, he just spoke in great detail about what he was feeling. Some bits were better, some bits not so. That download of data was just tremendous. Lance is the same. Yeah, his feedback is exactly the same. His passion for this team is amazing. When I talk to him about, we're working on this on the 25 car, he'll say, but Andy, think about medium, long term as well. Yeah, so
that's so rare for an F1 driver. Yeah. They want pace today, not tomorrow.
Exactly.
Wow.
Incredible, isn't it?
It is actually incredible. So what happens here?
Down here is where we're making all the bits. So this is the composite area. So laminating through to the left, autoclaves that you can see, and then the composite parts are trimmed to cut them to the right size, to finish them to the right size. And then the key element of inspection. There's no point putting something on the car unless you've inspected it and checked that it is within tolerance.
Can I talk to you about creating a culture? Because I think that when you build this is a beautiful place to work, it's easy for people to get excited that it looks shiny and lovely, but actually it needs to operate as a human performance environment.
Exactly.
So when you walked through the door, what was the culture that you found here?
It was a culture that wants to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a group of people that are enthusiastic about that. And to learn about what the steps are to go from today's situation to a situation where we can confidently fight at the front, win races and win championships. What is it that you believe is required in your area to go from today's position to the very best position you could ever imagine. It's the race to work out what the gap is and then achieve that quicker than our opponents. So everything is down to a simple graph of performance improvement up the vertical axis and time along the horizontal, and how can you improve the gradient. And then it's about going beyond that. It's how do you improve from the front. And that's where it gets really difficult. That's where you become a pioneer.
You know, this conversation is about greatness, right? And I don't think that greatness feels great unless it's hard to achieve. I suppose the question is for all these people, and I see them all working away, grafting, they will be working as hard as the quickest team in Formula One, McLaren at the moment.
Yeah.
How do you keep them happy?
By talking to them.
Right.
Yeah, by being honest. Talk to them about the journey that we're going to go on. You know, be impatient. If we're, that? Yeah, you know, let's have that hunger. Let's have.
Are you?
Always. There isn't a single day where I feel like I've achieved enough.
So is this the race base?
Yeah, it's the race base. Cars get built here. Start of the season is always an exciting point when the first car goes together. But this is one of last year's cars.
Next year, the car is going to be designed by the one and only Adrian Newey, the most successful designer in the history of the sport. Exciting, yeah? Is that
absolutely?
Is that how you feel?
Yeah, you know, Adrian's got an awesome track record, but his attention to detail and his enthusiasm to push is just mind-blowing. It's lifted the whole organisation.
How do you give him what he wants to deliver the car that he can deliver?
I think that's where I've got the advantage that my career started off in engineering, developing components, and Adrian he's 110% an engineer. He's not interested in going to meetings talking about the organisation of the business. All he does is spend his day looking at the detail of the race car.
I think for 99.9% of people, it feels like magic because he does things that most people don't understand, but you've seen firsthand previously and now here what he does and how he operates. What do you think is the magic with Adrian Newey? What can he do that other people can't?
I think he looks at the total car. He's not just an aerodynamicist. He's not just a vehicle dynamicist. He designs the whole car, and he looks at the whole aspect from airflow, which is crucial for performance, but also the serviceability of the car, so that you can do a ride height change quickly in FP1. He's into the fine detail of chasing aero performance, but also understanding the whole aspect of a race weekend and how to get championship points. Now, he makes life very hard for the engineers. Yeah. Right. So some of the mechanical structures, getting the car down to weight, packaging everything in the incredibly tight volume that is left within the race car surfaces by the time Adrian squeezed everything in.
What is the secret to kind of keeping everybody happy from your perspective?
Honesty, and don't overpromise.
Right.
And make sure we've got a single focus. The race car. Yeah, it all comes back to the race car. So what are we all going to do for the race car? Set big goals. Yeah, set goals that everybody thinks are impossible, but then make it possible. And that's teamwork. The vision to get to the top and then staying at the top. Coming up with those tough targets, BHAGs I like to call them.
What is the BHAG?
To win multiple championships, back to back.
And you believe it will happen?
That's what we're striving to do, and yes, it will happen.
I mean, really what we're talking about here is how you are going about uncovering greatness in this organisation. And if I was to say to you, what does greatness look like, aside from back-to-back world titles, because that's the outcome goal, in terms of the process here, what does greatness look like to you?
Teamwork. So it's an engineering business, working as a team for the good of that race car.
Brilliant. Well, good luck unearthing the greatness here.
Great. Thank you.